What is going on, financially free affiliate marketing? Really good to see you guys. If you guys are checking this out on a replay, you know the drill. Drop me a hashtag replay down below. I'm going to bring the feed up on my phone. If you guys haven't before, can you grant StreamYard permission so I can see who's commenting on the live video? Really excited to be here today. I've got some really exciting stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you guys over the next couple of days. But today, as you guys can see, the title suggests, I'm going to be sharing the little known art of spotting high ticket buyers. We're going to go into some pretty exciting details here. Some of this stuff I haven't really shared openly before. So really awesome to be able to be here with you today. Guys, if you're on live, you know the drill. Drop me a hashtag live down below. Let me know where you're checking in from. Who have we got on live? Zen, what's going on, my man? Keith. Flip, what's going on, bro? Thanks for jumping on live. We got Facebook user Scott. How you doing, man? Guys, just a reminder, if you haven't before, just click the link in the description to this live and grant StreamYard permission, just so I can see who's commenting, so I don't have a bunch of Facebook users commenting. Jacqueline, Craig, what is going on? Thanks for jumping on live, guys. David, Michael, checking in from California, Ohio, Florida. Awesome stuff. So excited to be here, as I said already, guys. So look, if you haven't already seen it, I've created a bunch of events that are going to be happening over the next few days. It's going to be the same time, same place, just a different day. Debbie, so 3 days in a row, we're going to be doing some lives. I'm going to go into some serious details, some exciting stuff. I've got a lot of value I'm going to share with you guys. Really excited. Look, so I guess the question is, what inspired this? 2020 has been an amazing year for me. As a lot of you guys who have been following my journey would know, 2020 has been a year when my entire life changed. Everything changed. 12 months ago, I was a construction worker. Only 12 months ago. It seems crazy to say that, but 12 months ago, I had no idea about affiliate marketing. I'd never done it before. I guess I'd stuffed around with a blog a little bit. And now to be in this position now, I just feel incredibly grateful to each and every one of you guys who have supported me, and all of you guys in the group who show up to the lives, who engage with my content. So I want to give back a little bit. I wanted to give back a little bit, and I thought, how can I do that? So I want to share some of the stuff that I've learned over the last couple of months that have been able to get me to my biggest day. $3,500 in a single day online. It still seems mind-boggling to me. That was $500 short of my entire month's wage when I was working in construction, and to be able to do that still just blows my mind. It's been absolutely nuts. But things weren't always like that. I struggled for a long time. I jumped into affiliate marketing, and it hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. There've been some really tough times. I spent a long time talking to what I now realize are the wrong people. A lot of energy invested, and it was quite difficult. It was quite difficult for a while. As you guys know, if you've been following my journey, there's been quite a few times I've wanted to give up. I've wanted to throw in the towel, but I've managed to push through, and here we are now. So anyway, I'll stop talking. Really excited to have you guys on live, and I just want to give back as much value as I can. Jamie, what's going on, man? Thanks for jumping on live. We've got a fellow Aussie tradie on live as well. Good to hear. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So I'm gonna do something different that I haven't done on my lives in financially free affiliate marketing before. I'm going to share my screen, and I've done a little mind map just so you guys can take notes if that's something you want to do. I know for myself, I'm a visual learner, so I like to see an image. So let's see. Let's share the screen. See what we can come up with. Boom. All right. I hope you guys can see that all clear. Let me know down below, guys. Can you see that? Is my audio all good? Everything working okay? Let me know down below before I jump into it. Well, looks like nobody can hear me. Uh-oh. Apologies, I dropped out of the audio for a little bit. I'm just going to share my screen quickly. All right, guys, let's do it. The little known art of spotting high ticket buys. Let's get into it. So what I talked about before is I spent a long time chatting to the wrong people. I spent a long time chatting to the wrong people, a lot of time and energy invested into this stuff. So these people that I was chatting to fall into a couple of different categories. Number one is people without a problem. Okay, so let's think about our job as an affiliate marketer, right? Our job as an affiliate marketer is to solve people's problems. We connect people with a problem to a solution, right? So if you're spending your time, which I was for a long time, chatting to somebody without a problem, right? We're wasting our time. And that was the original title of this. Why you're probably wasting your time. I was wasting my time for months chatting to people who didn't even have a problem. I was adding people who are heavily branded, like absolutely crushing it on Facebook, and chatting to them thinking, maybe there was a chance I'd be able to make a sale. On the off chance, maybe I could find a way to make a sale or something, right? So this is the first category of people that I was talking to, people without a problem. All right. So if you guys are chatting to people without a problem right now, you need to stop. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying be rude to people. I'm not saying ignore people without a problem, right? But our main energy and focus needs to be on people who have a problem, okay? Because we need to help them solve that problem. That's how we get paid as an affiliate marketer. We help people, we connect them with the right solution to their problem, right? And that's when we get paid, okay? So a second category of people that I was talking to for a long time was people who had a problem, right? But they didn't have the money to solve it, which is another big problem, right? Because we're connecting people with solutions. And if they're not in a position to invest in themselves, we are not going to be able to make a living off this, right? We need to connect with the right people. We need to connect with people who have a problem and have the resources to be able to solve that. So a lot of people, I guess, when they have a problem, right, what will they do? They head over to Google, maybe YouTube. I know I headed over to YouTube. Everyone will be different, but they head over to Google or YouTube and they type in what their problem is, like how to make affiliate marketing work or whatever that is, like whatever problem they're experiencing, how to make high ticket sales on Facebook. Okay. So the people that are paying for ads, right, are most generally speaking, right, if their ads are placed right, their targeting's right, they're generally speaking, they're only going to be dealing with people who have a problem, right? So you can see how ads could be a little bit more efficient. If they're running ads, obviously I don't want to bash ads. Ads are awesome. Great way to scale your business, but we're talking about organic here. So right, when people have a problem, they jump on Google, YouTube, they type it in and they're going to find a solution. There'll be an ad there. They'll click on that. The people doing their advertising are going to encounter red hot leads who have a problem and are looking for a solution actively. But Facebook is different, right? There's no, there's no search engine. There's different ways we can find people who have a problem, like people who join our group. Obviously, if we have a Facebook group, that's a great way to find people who have a problem, right? But we need to find a way to identify people who have a problem when we're out adding friends. Okay, so because when we're out adding friends, a lot of us are just going through and adding from the member section and going through, adding 50, 100 people a day, not looking at the profiles. But what the problem with this, right, is that 95% of these people aren't going to have a problem. They don't have a problem that we can solve. And that's what we do. As I keep saying, that is our job as an affiliate marketer, is to connect people with a problem to a solution, right? So we need to find a way to identify who has a problem and who doesn't. Now, this is the biggest thing that you can do in your business. This is what changed everything for me. Connecting with the right people, finding people who actually have a problem, right, and have the resources to be able to solve it. This will change the game completely for you. All right. So I hope you guys understand and everything's making sense so far, right? There's a few categories of people that most people are talking to that I was talking to for a long time. That's people without a problem or people with a problem that don't have the resources to solve it. Okay, I hope that makes sense, right? So our goal here, we need to find a way to identify, how do we find these people who have a problem on Facebook? How do we differentiate them to save ourselves the time and the energy wasted on chatting to people who we can't even help, right? I guess, look, I've written here, like there was two main categories of people that I was talking to, as I've already spoken about. So if you guys want to make a note of that, if not, it's cool. Debbie says she can't hear again. Let me know, guys. Is my audio working down below, or is that Debbie's phone spazzing out? Someone drop me. Just say all good or something below, just so I know to continue, that everyone can hear me. Oh, good. Sweet. Cheers, Trent. Flip. Awesome. Debbie, I think your phone or your laptop's spazzing out. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome. So as I said, there's a couple of different categories of people who are the wrong people that we do not want to be talking to, right? So how do we, I guess, get out of these conversations? I'm not saying be rude. As I said, I'm not saying ignore people or tell them to go away. What I'm saying is that we don't want to invest our time and energy. So the way that I handle a lot of these conversations now that I recognize people who don't have a problem or people who have a problem but don't have the money to invest in themselves to solve this problem, right, is wish them well. Like, let them know, look, I've got a bunch of free resources, as I do in my free community in financially free affiliate marketing. If you guys haven't already seen it, it's all in the unit section. There's a bunch of stuff there. So I'm not saying be rude to these people and ignore them and don't help them out, right? But don't invest a ton of time and energy into these conversations, right? Because this is a numbers game. And at the end of the day, this is a business. Okay, so we're not here to donate our time to people, right? We're here to make some money. We're here to help people and make money. This is a business, all right? So really, really important to remember this stuff. Do not invest too much of your time and energy into somebody who doesn't have a problem in the first place, okay? So now the question I know on everybody's mind is going to be, how do you identify someone that has a problem on Facebook? And this is what I want to cover over the next couple of days. I'm going to annoy everyone a little bit, and I'm going to leave it halfway through my filters here. I want you guys to jump on tomorrow at the same time, same place, and we're going to talk about some more of the filters that I use that help me identify the right people. All right, so just so you guys understand the gravity of like how powerful this stuff is, these filters have allowed me to do $3,500 in a single day online. In 10 hours, that was. I didn't work for 10 hours, but it was in a 10-hour period. This is the same stuff that allowed me to do $50,000 in 92 days. We're up to, I think, just over $80,000 now in 5 months, and take out the #1 spot in SAA as the #1 affiliate, right? So this is powerful stuff. This can literally be life-changing. Same stuff that allowed my girlfriend to quit her job and work full-time from home as well. All right, so super powerful stuff. Damn fly. So guys, some of the filters that I use to identify the right people. Now, there's a couple of layers to this, and over the next couple of days, it is going to make a lot more sense to everybody. But I want to keep things simple for today. So there's 2 layers to how I identify the right people that we need to be chatting with. People who have a problem and have the resources to be able to solve that problem, right? So today, I want to give you layer 1, and I'm going to give you 3 out of 6 of the layers, all right? As I said, I'm going to be a bit annoying. I don't want to ramble on for an hour each day. So we're going to keep things pretty short and sharp. I'm going to space it over 3 days. And then after the New Year's, I'll be back for another 3 lives. And we're going to go into depth on this stuff, okay? So the layer 1 filters that I have, the first 3 that I go through, in #1 is to ensure that the person is not heavily branded. Now, this is a mistake I made for so long. I was adding tons of marketers, right? And there's nothing wrong with connecting with marketers. I've made some really good friends and connections, actually. But the majority of the people that you add, you do not want them to be heavily branded, okay? And why do we not want them to be heavily branded? Because they're probably doing well, right? Like if someone's heavily branded, you jump on their profile, their cover looks awesome, feature image looks pretty sweet, you check out their engagement, they got heaps of people commenting on their posts, their content looks on point. There's a good chance they're doing really well, right? And this is a numbers game. Like so many of us are on a tight time frame. We only have a certain amount of hours we can dedicate to this business each and every day, right? So we want to be chatting to as many of the right people as we can, all right? So if you're adding a ton of people that are heavily branded, that's not the right place to start. These people are probably doing well. And I've made a note here, and I just want to say this now, that there are always exceptions to this rule. Like, yeah, right, there will be people that are heavily branded that have a problem, that are still struggling. But as I said, we're not looking for like, 3% of people might have a problem. We want the best here. We want to get the most out of our time and be as efficient as we can. Like we want to hit 10K months, right? That's everyone's goal, right? We want to hit a 10K month, get out of the job, allow your partner to retire from their job or retire your parents or help your family out. So we want to get the very best that we can. So if we're adding people that are heavily branded, sure, we'll find some people that we might be able to make a few sales from. some people that have some problems, we'll be able to connect them with the right solution, but that is not the most efficient way to do it. Okay, so the first filter is make sure that they are not heavily branded. Okay, first thing that you got to do. Really, really, really important. Number 2. Now, the second filter that I use is tier 1 countries. Now, again, I want to talk about the fact that there's going to be exceptions to this. This is not like like trying to generalize an entire country or anything like that. This is based off the fact that, again, we're running a business. This isn't a charity. We're here to help people and to make money. Okay, so the percentage of buyers that are going to be within tier 1 countries, particularly high ticket buyers, and I'd recommend that you are promoting high ticket products. I've spoken about that multiple times, but the percentage of tier 1 of buyers in a tier 1 country is going to be much greater than the percentage of buyers in a non-tier 1 country. Okay, so this just comes down to numbers again. This comes down to the fact that this is a business that we're running. We have a limited amount of time that we can spend each day, and we want to get the absolute best we can out of that time that we're putting in. So tier 1 countries, we want to make sure that the people that we are adding are from tier 1 countries. Yes, there's exceptions, but we're looking for the best, right? I hope that's all making sense so far. Now, the third thing that you want to look out for are mutual friends. Now, this question comes up a lot. I get asked this a lot, like, do I add people with heaps of mutual friends? Should I add people with no mutual friends? And my answer is generally going to be somewhere in the middle. So what I mean by that is if they've got no mutual friends, right, sure, there's a good chance they haven't been pitched on anything. They're probably pretty green, but them being green and like brand new to this industry is powerful. Well, I guess not powerful, sorry. Them being green and new to this industry is not what we're looking for, right? Because we're looking for people who are both problem and solution aware. And if you get really lucky, even product aware. These are going to be the easiest sales to make. So problem, solution, and product aware. Problem aware, right? They're aware that they have a problem. So whatever that problem is, I'm not happy with my job. I don't get to spend time with my kids. I'm not at 10K a month yet. Like whatever that problem is, right? Solution aware. We want them to be aware that high ticket affiliate marketing is probably the solution to their problem. Like they're aware of what it is and they're pretty aware that this is going to be the right way to solve their problem, right? Okay, so we want people to be problem, solution aware, and product aware is obviously the easiest sale that you're ever going to make. And that's where someone literally knows the product that you're promoting. They're aware of it. They know the cost. They know the structure and how it works. They're just looking to connect with the right affiliate. Okay, so the point of me telling you all of this, right, is that when we're adding someone with zero mutual friends, there's a very strong chance that they are not going to be problem solution aware. They may be just problem aware, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're even cold. And we're going to have to try and convince them that online business is something that they should do, that it's a good idea for them, right? Can you see how difficult that might be? Like that could take weeks, months. Damn, it could even take years, right, for somebody to really warm up to the idea of online business or high ticket affiliate marketing if they're in e-commerce. So again, these are the people we don't really want to be talking to, someone who's completely cold. And these are the types of people that you're mostly going to find who have zero mutual friends. Okay, so now let's talk about the flip side of that. People with 900 mutual friends. Now, as you obviously get more friends, you're going to start to get more and more mutual friends with people in the space. I know like some of the top affiliates at the moment, I have over 1,000 mutual friends with, which is crazy, right? So the people that we're adding, right, that have like, let's just say 200 plus mutual friends, we're going to have the opposite problem, right? So they're very problem and solution aware, right? And probably product aware of all of the high ticket products because they've got that many mutual friends. They've been pitched on 1,000 things before. They've heard it all before. They know the drill. As soon as you add them, if they even accept you, they're going to have their walls up 10 feet high. They're going to be expecting a big sales pitch coming because that's what's happened in the past, right? It's happened countless times. Marketers add them, they chat to them, they pitch them. We'll talk about that at a later date on one of the other trainings, but somebody with like hundreds and hundreds of mutual friends, again, we're not going to get the best percentages out of that. Like the ratio of people who are going to be buyers within that is not going to be super high because chances are they've already been pitched on everything. And either they've purchased a product, right? Or if they haven't purchased a product, they're not a high ticket buyer. They're not in a position to buy or they're not ready. They haven't found the right thing. Like we're not going to get the best out of our time if we're adding people with 200, 300, 400, 500 mutual friends. So I recommend somewhere in the middle. Okay, find the middle ground. Find somebody who has, I don't know, maybe 20 to 100, 150 maybe mutual friends, and play around with that number. Now, this is not an exact science. I haven't studied it that much that I've got exactly the 200 mutual friends and under is the sweet spot. You may find some luck with people who are 250 or more. But as I said, these are general rules that I've followed in order to get the results that I have. And I think if you follow these guys, you can get the same or similar results yourself. So we want to find mutual friends. We want to find somebody who has middle ground, anywhere between, maybe 20 to 50 to 100, 150, maybe 200. Too many is no good. Too few is probably no good. Okay. And just again, I just want to really reinforce this point, guys. There are always going to be exceptions to this rule. So as I said, there are exceptions to all three of these rules. You will find people who have a problem who are heavily branded. You will find high ticket buyers in non-tier 1 countries. And you'll also find high ticket buyers with no mutual friends or with 1,000 mutual friends. But the amount of people that you're going to need to go through, if these are the types of people that you're adding day in, day out, the amount of people you're going to need to talk to in order to find somebody who is a high ticket buyer and is ready to buy is going to be astronomically low and super difficult. Okay, I hope that's all making sense, guys. Really, really powerful stuff like these layers. I'm going to go more into the layers tomorrow, but I wanted to give you a couple of the filters today and give you an idea, I guess, of, like I spoke about before, how so many of us are spending our time, just hoping to bump into that lucky person. But we're spending so much of our time chatting to people who don't even have a problem, right? We're not even checking out their profile. We're using some automation software, or maybe we're just going through a post in a group and we're going through, where people have engaged and just going through and adding every single person as quick as we can, right? This is going to cost you 10 times the amount of time on the back end. It takes you so much time to filter through all of these bad leads that we've added, like these people who aren't the right people. Like they're not the right people that we need to be talking to. And you're going to spend so much time in your inbox finding out who has a problem, who doesn't, where you've connected with all these people. Like it's just a headache. I spent months doing this, just adding. I actually started using automation software to add all of my friends. I was adding 100 friends a day. My friends were going up. My group was growing. It was great, right? But I was not connecting with the right people and I was not making high ticket sales. Super powerful stuff. Okay. So we really need to make sure that these people have a problem and that they have the resources in order to invest in themselves to solve that problem. They're eager to make an investment in themselves to solve the problem that they're experiencing. Okay. And that's exactly where these layers come in. So I've given you the first 3 layers. Make sure they're not heavily branded. Make sure they're from a tier 1 country. Make sure they don't have too many or too few mutual friends. There's always exceptions, but follow these rules and you're going to find that you will be so much more productive for your time. So much more productive. Let me drop the mind map. Let's see if I can figure this out. And I'm back. Guys, I hope the mind map helped. Let me know down below if the mind map helped. I can do that on tomorrow's training if you like. If it's easy, you just rather look at my face, we can do that as well. But I know I'm a visual learner, so I like to put the mind map up just for those who want to take notes. Guys, let me know down below. Does that all make sense? Does everything I spoke about today make sense about how we need to be making sure we're connecting with people with a problem who have the resources to invest in themselves, right? And we need to employ these filters in order to find these people. Does everything make sense? Let me know down below. Craig, Quinton, yes, awesome stuff. Awesome. I'm going to be honest here. I'm having a hard time holding back the rest of the training. I want to space this over 3 days because I don't want to overwhelm everybody. I don't want to ramble on for an hour. I'm really excited for the next the next training, guys. So make sure you guys mark that in your calendar. It's going to ramp up from here. This is the basics. We're building out the foundation. It's going to ramp up from here over the next couple of days. Awesome, guys. Thanks for letting me know. It all makes sense. Awesome. So I see a couple of questions popping up, guys. I'm happy to field those questions. If anyone else is watching this and is thinking, what does he mean by that? Or you have a clarifying question, feel free to drop it below. I'll stick around and I will answer as many questions as I can. I'm going to scroll back up and start from the very start. But look, just want to reinforce once more, guys, that this is the foundation. This is the key to everything, right? Is getting in front of the right people. Why is this the key, right? You can create the best content in the world, right? You can be an awesome salesman. You can have all these sweet ass bonuses, the best offer out there. But if you are not getting your content in front of the right people, if you are not talking to the right people, then it all is a waste of time, right? Because we're showing content to people who aren't interested in high ticket or aren't in a position to invest. We're spending all of our energy, our time. We're investing so much into our content, into our sales process, but we're not even talking to the right people. We're not even talking to people that have a problem. This is the foundation. Like, this is crucial stuff. And this is what I've found out over, geez, I don't even know what we're up to now, to be 9 months now of hard work, of trial and error, of like painful days, of great days. Like, I've experienced every emotion you can imagine during this journey. And this is the stuff that I've come up with. Like, this is what I've figured at the end of it. So don't underestimate the power of this stuff. This could literally lead to your first 10K month if you just get yourself in front of the right people. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. We'll go through some questions. Shelly, will you make the training available for watching again once you're done? Yes, this will be available for replay. I'm not going to delete this one. It will be floating around in the group. I'm going to add this to the unit section after I've completed all of the trainings. But yes, this will be available for replay. Absolutely. So you can go back and watch this as many times as you like. What else have we got? Nate, what's going on, man? Say you have a ton of friends that fall into that category. Should you just purge your list? Good question. Look, I would probably not do one giant purge. Facebook, I know, can get pretty sensitive to this if you remove 500 friends all in one. Maybe do it over a week. Maybe you could remove 50 to 100 friends a day over the next week slowly. So keep in mind, right, so these people, if you've got a huge number of these people who are heavily branded, are not in a tier 1 country, right, and you've already chatted to them, then get rid of them straight away, right? You've already chatted to them. There's no problem there. Delete them off your friends list. This is not who you want to be in front of. Your content's not getting put in front of the right people. Your time's not getting invested into your conversations with the right people. So I would say don't do one giant purge, but you could systematically do that over a week or two. Remove a whole bunch of these people who you've chatted to and do not fit this criteria. Now, if you haven't had a conversation with them ever, and you're not sure, right, you check out their profile, they're branded, but like, they're from a tier 1 country. Look, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to run your business. My recommendation would be to systematically delete them, to find the right place and start fishing in the right ponds, start adding the right people and filling up that friends list with the right people that you want to connect with. Hope that answers, man. What other questions do we have? Brandon joined late, so you're going to have to rewatch. Yeah, all good, my man. It'll be available for replay, man. And as I said, all of these trainings are going to be like same time, same place for the next 3 days. I'm going to just dish out as much value as I can. I want to give back. Like, all of you guys have helped me, supported me so much. I just want to give back as much value as I can. There was a couple of other questions. Shelly, the mind map is great. Can you post it? I actually had a hard time seeing it. Let me see what I can do. I might be able to provide a link on the last day of the training to the entire mind map. Craig, you have the same question. Can you clarify the question, man? I'm guessing it might have been about the mind map. But yeah, let me know and I'll get you an answer. So Aaron has got the same question. Yeah, man. So look, I'm gonna hold out because I'm mind mapping out the entire training in the same document. So I'm going to be annoying again. I'm going to make you guys wait, but I will give you access to the mind map on the last day of these lives on the training. So you can go back through, you can make notes. I know it's a little bit small on the screen, guys, especially if you're on mobile. We might even try, we'll just do a full screen share tomorrow and drop my face out of it. Someone's commented, You could ramble for an hour. I could ramble for hours on this stuff. Good question. Definitely does make sense. Just wondering, where do I find these people now that I have a better sense of who that I want, who that I'm targeting? That is exactly what I'm going to be covering over the next couple of days. Where do you find these people? How to spot a high ticket buyer and where do you find them? We're going to cover that stuff in a little bit more detail. So make sure, set an alarm, mark it in your calendar, do whatever you got to do. I'm going to be back in 24 hours again, and we're going to get more in depth each time. Any other questions, guys? So we've got a couple of questions here around, do you have a list of tier 1 countries? What is a tier 1 country? So tier 1 countries are generally considered, Shelley's even answered it here. I'll bring that up on the screen. USA, UK, Australia, Canada. These are generally going to be considered tier 1 countries. Look, I had people, I know Singapore, I had people from as well, but it's like these are generally going to be your tier 1 countries. Yeah, and we've got another answer. Yeah, Canada, America, Australia, and most of Europe. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's the sort of countries we want to be targeting. Trent's got a question. Would it be worth filtering your connections? Can you clarify exactly what you mean by that? Filtering your older connections, or yeah, just clarify for me there. I'll answer that one. Nate's been deleting people as I go lately, but I do have a bunch of people that aren't relevant. Yeah. So look, it affects your engagement. And look, at the end of the day, your friends list is like valuable real estate. You can only have 5,000 friends on Facebook. We want to make sure that that's 5,000 of the right people. Okay. Highly relevant, like really, really crucial to get rid of these people. So yeah, get rid of them. If they're not relevant, they're not interested at all. You know, they're not interested. What are they doing on the friends list? It's just going to lower your engagement and waste your time when they want to chat. So I would get rid of them. Any guidance to what groups we can look at roughly for guidance to these ponds? Yeah. So look, I will be covering this in a bit more detail over the next couple of days, but I want to be clear here that I cannot give. I'm not prepared to give. I can, but I'm not prepared to give specific group names. And I think everyone here will understand why that would not be a good idea. If I were to name a group, all of a sudden there's going to be 75 affiliates jumping in there doing the exact same thing, and all of a sudden that group's not a great place to fish for, not the right pond. So I will cover in more detail the sort of places you can find these people over the next few days, but I don't want to give out specific group names. I'm going to leave it at that for now. If you want to find out more, jump on the next lives, and I'm going to be going into more detail there. Shelley says ramble away. Oh, I'm glad to hear someone's loving the rambling. Trent, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Very passionate about what I do. It's changed my life, man. It's totally changed my life. As I spoke about in the introduction, like just 12 months ago, I was on a construction site. I hated it so much. Like I really disliked my job. It was exhausting. It burnt me out. Barely paid my bills as well. Like from running a construction business, you thought I'd be well off, but was barely covering the bills. Yeah, I'm passionate about this stuff because this has changed my life, and I know it can do the same for you guys. In 12 months, in 9 months, realistically, of me actually doing this, to be able to hit 80,000, like that's more than I would have earned in an entire year doing something that I spent 10 years learning how to do. Very passionate about it. Another question here. Hi, Aaron. When you're starting out, do you recommend putting up a Facebook group right away to nurture your leads and convert them later on? Or Facebook profile is fine in the beginning? Good question. My advice around Facebook groups is I think a Facebook group is really, really important part of a strategy. I think you should start a Facebook group as soon as you can, right, without feeling overwhelmed. Because here's the thing, a lot of people are going to dive into this. They're going to be like, I'm going to start posting content on my profile. I'm going to start a Facebook group. I'm going to add 100 friends a day. I'm going to chat to everyone in Messenger. And then 3 weeks later, they're totally burnt out because they've taken on way too much all at once. So my advice around starting a group is start a group as soon as you can without feeling overwhelmed. The group, like you said, it's to nurture your leads and convert them later on. It's incredibly powerful. This group in itself has been so powerful in me achieving the results that I have. So I would highly recommend you starting one out. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're struggling to keep up as it is, then wait. Okay, so there's no point starting a group, getting totally overwhelmed with everything, can't keep up, and then burning out. So yeah, that's let me know if that's clear. But I would start a group as soon as you can, without feeling overwhelmed. Another question from Shelly. So when you talk about adding people, are you talking about your personal page, which I think I'm supposed to be using to funnel into my group, or are you talking about your group itself? Do you get people that try to directly into your group? Yeah, absolutely. So when I'm talking about adding people, I'm talking about adding them as a friend on my personal Facebook profile. Okay, that's what, just to clarify that for anyone who is unsure, that's exactly what I'm talking about here. We want to add people as a friend on our personal Facebook profile. Obviously, yeah, through your conversations, you can funnel them into your group. And to answer the last part, do you get people that try to get directly into your group? Yeah, absolutely. And that is exactly where you want to be. So having people join your group, right? Somebody who you're not friends with is an organic request, right? Because we haven't sent it. It's just somebody that's found our group and decided to join. This is exactly where you want to be. This is incredibly powerful. When you build your group to a certain size, you start to get organic requests. If your group is set up properly and you have a hand raiser question on the front end, all of a sudden you're generating, I know this group might have anywhere between 15 and 25 completely organic requests, people I've never chatted to before joining each day. That's really powerful. So straight away, we've got targeted people that we can reach out to. So yeah, absolutely. I have people joining the group directly who I'm not friends with, who I've never chatted to, and that's exactly where I want to be. Oh, Trent, yeah. So filtering your friends list instead of a full dump, is it worth the time? Referring to Nate. Yeah. It is 100% it's worth the time. It depends where you're at, what your time constraints look like, but it is 100% worth filtering through your friends list and getting rid of anyone who is not the right fit, anyone who is not the people that we're trying to target. Definitely worth your time. Absolutely. Especially when you get closer to 5,000 friends. As I said, the friends list is precious real estate. We can only have 5,000 friends. We want to make sure every single one of them is highly relevant. Okay, so it depends where you're at and what your time looks like, but I would highly recommend going through, whether that's one big dump, you can just do a big purge, or whether that's a systematic thing that you do over a couple of weeks. Yeah, absolutely worth filtering your friends list. I know I did see a comment up there saying that when they did a big purge, their engagement went down. It will take time to build back up, but just keep in mind that while your engagement's down, Facebook is going to slowly start showing your content to the right people. Okay, so before we might have had really high engagement, right? But the people commenting are never going to be interested in what we've got to promote, what we're selling. They don't have a problem, whatever that is. They're not the people we want to be showing our content to. So, yeah. Craig, aren't we worried about Facebook deleting our profile because we're advertising on our page? Good question. So, you shouldn't be blatantly advertising on your page. You shouldn't have links and promos everywhere and stuff like that, just to clear that up. But no, not really. Not particularly worried about this stuff. As long as you stay within the regulations, if you are adding no friends a day right now and you start adding 200 friends a day tomorrow, your account's going to get locked. You're going to get shut down. If you stay within the, like, you're reasonable about it, you slowly ramp things up, you don't just jump in the deep end, then no, I'm not worried about that. Not at all. So yeah, I hope that answers your question clearly. I'm not worried about getting my page shut down because I'm careful about what I do. I'm strategic and I'm not blatantly just advertising, throwing links out everywhere or spamming people in Messenger. That's a good way to get your account shut down. But if you're doing the right thing, you're following the right strategy, you shouldn't have a problem. Same question as Shelly's. Thanks for the clarity. No worries, guys. Hey, Kathy, what's going on? Thanks for jumping on live. All right, here's a really, really good question. Do you have a certain way to organize who you've talked to and who to continue to follow up with? Yes, I do. And it is absolutely crucial that you do as well. It is so important to keep some sort of a log. I didn't do this. I got my head ripped off. Funny story, right? So I spent 6 months, I made, or probably not 6 months. Let's say I spent 4 months, made a couple of sales. It was okay. Like I hadn't had any life-changing results, but I made a few sales. And I did a little bit of coaching with somebody and they ripped my head off. They were like, why are you not keeping a list of your leads? Like, what is wrong with you? You've got people who have asked for a link and then you're not following up the next day. So I did that. I've been in that boat for a long time. It is so important to keep a list. And the way that I do it, I started, so I'll give you, there's 3 layers and I started on the bottom one. So I started with a piece of paper and a pen. And each time I chatted to someone and I sent a link out, I'd write down their name and write down what day I needed to follow up with them. Okay, anytime anyone had a problem I thought I could help, I wrote down their name, and that would be the first people I would connect with in Messenger, the first people I go back and talk to. So that's the first way of doing it. You can go a layer deeper, so you can get a Google Sheet. So Google Sheet, obviously, you can access from your phone, access from your laptop. It's a little bit more portable. You can even, if you're good with your Google Sheets, you can write like hot, cold, warm. You can get columns. So you can write down the name, whether they're cold, warm or hot, and what date you need to follow up with, and even like notes. So that's a little bit more advanced if you want to go that way. But if you want my recommendation and exactly what I'm doing now, I use a CRM tool. So basically what a CRM tool is, it's a Chrome extension that allows me to tag people in Messenger as whatever it is that I choose. So I can tag them as a lead. I could tag them as a customer, like whatever that is, right? I can tag them in Messenger. So what that means is next to their name, there's just a little tag, and it just says lead. So that's the easiest way, right? Because these CRMs allow you to access your leads list in the back end. You can click on the CRM, access your entire list, super clear on everything. You're never going to miss another lead. And this is really going to step up your sales game. So having the ability to track all of your leads is crucial. The best way you can do it, in my opinion, is using a CRM tool. They're very affordable. Like the one I use, I think it's like $40 Aussie per month. And it allows me to track everything. Super, super helpful. So I'd highly recommend. Look, if you want to know the one I'm using, I'm happy to drop a link down below or let me know. But track your leads is what I'm saying. Piece of paper and pen, if that's all you want to do, that's good enough, right? Next step would be a Google Sheet, and then the step above that would be a CRM tool. It's going to save you a lot of headaches, a lot of time and stuffing around, and you will never let another lead slip through your inbox. Nate, do you use Asana? I do. I do use Asana, right? I use Asana as a way to track my DMO. So I can have a bunch of tasks in Asana. I know exactly what I need to complete every day. I can set recurring dates. Look, keeps things super simple. So yeah, I use Asana now. I don't think it's, look, again, I started on a piece of paper. My DMO was like, it looked more like this. So it was a piece of paper. I just go through and cross things off each day as I did it. But yeah, Asana's been really helpful for me, especially now I've got an assistant. We can get multiple DMOs together and we can get all different tasks, assign things to each other. Yeah, really helpful. So Craig, are you going to share the correct strategies we can use so we don't get our page deleted? So the trainings that I'm going to be doing are going to be more focused on people who are doing the strategy right, but don't have the right people in front of them. They're not getting in front of the right people. They're not making high ticket sales because they're not chatting to the right people. That's what this training is going to be mostly focused on. If you're looking for a basic strategy, like a very, very basic strategy that you can get started with, if you click on the unit section, there's something called I think it's called a fast start daily action plan. It's in the units. Check the files section as well. It might be easier to find. But that gives you an idea of exactly what you've got to be doing each day, like of a clear DMO. Look, if you want to get more into this, send me a message now on Facebook, and I can chat with you more about the exact strategies that I'm using. But if you want a very basic, just something you can get started with now and start playing around with it, then yeah, there's something in the file section called a fast start daily action plan. Debbie and Brandon, I will leave a reply to your comment as soon as this live's over, and let you know what tool I'm using, and you can check it out if you like. No worries at all, Craig. No worries at all. Glad to be able to help. Guys, are there any other questions before I wrap this up? Wow, I've been going for 46 minutes already. Anything else I can answer for you guys? I really appreciate all of you guys jumping on live. I know we've lost a couple in the last minute or so, but most of you guys are still here. So I appreciate all of you guys watching. If you haven't already and you're on live, drop me a hashtag live and let me know where you're checking in from. If you guys are checking this out on replay, just a reminder, drop me a hashtag replay. I want to know who's checking this stuff out. But if you haven't already, guys, make a calendar or make a note, set a reminder, same time, same place. There's going to be more value each day. These are going to get more and more advanced as we go. I can't wait to share this stuff with you guys. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up live. Thanks for the comments. I appreciate you all. And I'll be back in 24 hours for some more value. Have a great day or night, depending on where you are in the world. And I'll see you tomorrow.